Hey everybody, welcome to the Joel Campos podcast, where we talk about nothing but what's going on with Joel Campos today. Oh, this is Respawn Aim Fire, the kick-ass irreverent gaming podcast brought to you by Affable Idiots. I'm one of your hosts, Chad Michael Innes. I forgot the middle name thing. Chad Michael, wondering what Joel Campos is doing. Innes, we've got our other co-host here, Adam. What do you think Joel's doing today? No, I was going to say Campos. What's your last name again? Gumbert.
Hey, Chad. Yeah, I'm so interested in everything Joel's doing. I wish I could listen to that man speak for the next 20 minutes straight, but I don't know if we're going to get that lucky today.
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Joining us also is our third co-host, Alexander Campos Curious Cozina. How are you?
I once read in a textbook that when NASA sent out that infamous golden record into space in the 1970s to teach other alien civilizations about our planet, they used a sample of Joel's voice because they were like, of all the people's voices on this here planet Earth, Joel's voice is the most representative of what it is that our species sounds like and has to offer. And so we're going to use him to represent us, the human race. That's how just profoundly incredible Joel's voice is.
We just learned that about Joel, and so we decided his voice is too valuable for you all to hear it without paying. So we're going to open up a new Patreon tier at $2,000 a month. And if we get 20,000 subscribers at $2,000 a month, then you'll get to hear Joel talk on the next episode. But for now, Joel is here. He's running our ones and twos. What's up? But his voice is tie because he's 6'6", so we're not going to make him talk today. We are Respawning Fire. You can catch us live here on Monday evenings around 8:30 Eastern Time. You can also catch us on demand on podcast and YouTube on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We've got a couple of things to talk about before we jump into our main news today. We've got, first of all, our BARF game. BARF, that's Backlog Accomplishments with Respawn and Friends, is coming to an end for what months? July and August. It is Expedition 33, Clair Obscur, : that is happening next Monday, Labor Day, September 1st. We won't name them in case something happens and they get abducted by aliens who found Joel's record and thought they were Joel and took them and want to keep their voice. But then it turns out they're just Ursula, and the two guests are Ariel in this metaphor. We won't tell you who they are in case they have to bounce, but yes, we have two special guests lined up. I'm very excited about that.
All we'll say is, if you're not expecting us to have both George Bush and George W. Bush on this upcoming review,
One of those men is dead.
you'd be correct, because one of them is dead.
Yeah, who knows about the other one though, whether they're going to show up with Jeb Bush. If you want to have your thoughts about Clair Obscur heard on the episode, send those in to us before next Monday, September 1st. This is also, it's time to check into my flight. I'm going to check into my flight while I am talking. This is also your opportunity to vote on next month's BARF game. You have a week. That the poll is up for patrons over at patreon.com/respawnaimfire. We are going into September. You know what that means. Pumpkin spice lattes. So this is my month to choose, and I chose four cozy games, not Cozina games, but cozy games to help usher in PSL season. So go and help us choose between Power Wash Simulator, Flower, Pokemon Snap N64 Edition, and Sky Children of Light. Those are the four choices for our patrons to see what we're playing in September, alongside Silksong, obviously. So go and vote over there on patreon.com/respawnaimfire, and that's it for now. Let's jump into our main quest, which is the biggest gaming news from Gamescom. This comes from Adam Bankhurst at IGN. I will be upfront with both Adam and Cozy, and especially Joel. I'm leaving the conversation up to you all because I watched this in the background while I was doing work until 10 p.m., so I missed most of it. So I'm going to need you all to really take the lead here in telling us about the things you're excited about. I will read what we have bulleted, but tell me everything that you're get you gooey. Ew, I don't like that I said that, but Hollow Knight Silksong is finally officially coming out on September 4th, 2025. This news was paired with a nearly 2-minute gameplay trailer. Whoa. 2 minutes. What a big to-do, and a world premiere at 7:30 in the morning Pacific time for a 2-minute gameplay trailer that shows off Hornet's traversal and combat skills. The areas we'll soon be exploring, and over 200 enemies and 40 bosses will be facing off against, and much more. Woo! That's a week, a little over a week away, y'all.
So, fun fact. It's like a week and a half. Fun fact. Yeah. September 4th, 2 days before I go on my next big bike course. I'm going to be doing a big old 87-kilometer long bike course around. This is actually real. It's a town in the southeast of Quebec called Magog. Going to be riding around Magog. And then probably doing some R&R while playing Hollow Knight Silksong on my Switch 2, I would presume. Yes, Switch 2.
I also, September 4th is 6 months and 14 days after, 6 months and 18 days after my birthday. So it feels like a good half birthday present. Yeah, I'm very pumped for this.
I know, like, as much as it would pain me, I really do hope that Metroid Prime 4 gets delayed to next year, because I really do want there to be a bit of a buffer between this game and that game. I think that both will only benefit from that. Yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is the more and more time has passed since we did our review of the original Hollow Knight, the more and more I feel like I've really come to appreciate what Hollow Knight did. And, if Silksong can really, just offer up those slight little quality of life improvements, if it, fixes some of those little pain points that I kind of raised during the podcast, my whole conundrum with me, like, just being demotivated to go and like fight my Phantom and retrieve all of my old, whatever the currency was called in that game. I think this game has potential to really be a knockout. Very excited.
How dare you say anything bad about Hollow Knight? That game is perfect.
And I will say
it does have some kinks, but God, I loved it.
And on that review, Adam pointed out that there was a feature that I could have taken advantage of that would have made that aspect of the game not as painful. But you should go and listen to our review to further understand
rancid eggs.
Gotta eat them stanky eggs, bud.
Yeah, eat them stanky eggs. That was my nickname in high school, stanky eggs. Next up, Lego Batman. Oh, by the way, we're not going through all the Gamescom announcements because we're not sadistic, but we are just going to talk about some ones.
We're not German, so we're not obliged to do so.
That's true. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight was announced during Gamescom's opening night live, and it looks to be a love letter to many Batman movies and comics with a sprinkle of Batman Arkham combat thrown in.
Arkham.
I heard this, but I did not watch it, but I'm watching it now as we stream it. Somebody tell me about Lego Batman.
Looks good. Since Rocksteady won't make an Arkham game for the next 7 years, TT Games is going to do it. No, I mean, the last Lego game was super, super good and sold super well, being the Skywalker Saga. They definitely took the time from putting 2 Lego games out a year to let's take a long time and actually make like a real-ass video game. And them just being like, okay, we're going to go back to Batman. We're going to give you Arkham-style combat, and it's just going to be all the movies. Sounds good to me, because Lego Batman games were always good. So it's been a while since we've had one, and I'm very looking forward to this one, especially because Matthew Berry is Bane. Come on. But Matthew Berry and everything.
What?
Yeah, Matthew Berry is Bane. He's the voice of Bane.
Oh, Matthew Berry. I thought you said Matthew Perry. I was like, didn't that guy OD last year?
That man is dead. No, that's another person who passed away we've mentioned on the podcast. No, the guy from What We Do in the Shadows, among other things. So,
yeah.
Should be
good. Is Will Arnett Lego Batman?
I don't think so. That'd be interesting if there was a Lego Batman in the Lego Batman video game. It's interesting, right? Because they're going off for like the movies. Like you see the Nolan trilogy is referenced in there, and then like Robert Pattinson's Batman is referenced in there. So it seems like more movie tie-ins than game. But I'm sure there will be an alternate costume that's Will Arnett's Batman.
It's voiced by Shai Matheson. Whoever that is.
Shia LaBeouf Matheson. Got it.
Shai Matheson.
Shai Matheson.
I think it's really special. It's really cool to see like all of the, Batman movies that we love immortalized with the kind of Rocksteady style. It reminds me a lot of, I know this is not exactly the same, but like how the Alien franchise honors Alien Isolation as, an official piece of that particular franchise's timeline. I know that like the Arkham games are not canon to the DC movie universe or anything like that, but it's great that we've gotten to a point where, you know, we uphold the gameplay of those games in the same with the same kind of level of recognition and respect that we uphold the story of The Dark Knight, or, you know, the action of the 2022, was it 2022 Batman movie, or was it?
It was longer ago than you thought it should be. I think it's 22 or 23. It's like, really? It's been that long. Crazy.
I'm pretty sure the reason why I thought it might have been 2022 is because that's what they initially announced the movie for at the DC Fandom. Do you remember the DC Fandom? They were showing off all sorts of new DC projects.
It was 2022, and then the Penguin was last year, which is also excellent, right, if you haven't watched the Penguin.
And the way they unveiled the 2022 at the end of the trailer is they did the question marks in the shape of tooths. That's why I remember it. That's how you do a release date reveal that then ends up not actually being the release date. I'm spiraling. Chad,
that's
you take
marketing
the wheel.
at its finest.
Next up, speaking of marketing, you will be marking enemies for death, maybe, I don't know. Alongside a trailer with new footage, Sucker Punch confirmed that the Legends multiplayer DLC, which first appeared in Ghost of Tsushima, will be released in 2026 for Ghost of Yotei, and will be an add-on to the existing game. It will not be a standalone thing, but an add-on to the existing game for people who have already purchased the base game. I think I only played the Legends DLC for Ghost of Tsushima once. And it was cool, I guess. But I also feel like we didn't understand what was happening.
I never played it. I will say it's unfortunate that we're living in a timeline where Ghost of Tsushima Legends happened and like the rest of Sony's departments didn't look at that and go, oh, like this is a template for how we can make these live service games. They don't need to be absolutely gigantic. We can make them a little bit more smaller scale. Like we should have, after the success of Legends, they should have looked at the Last of Us multiplayer suite and been like, we can make something more pared down akin to what we did with Legends, and it will still be a success. But alas, they did not see fit to do that.
Here's the thing, because we all listen to Kind of Funny, and we know Blessing is the only human being on the planet who loves Legends. I don't know anyone who gave a fuck about Legends ever. So I'm not shocked that they didn't do more of it, or that it's a surprise that it's coming back. Because again, outside of the one super fan, who gives a fuck about Ghost of Tsushima Legends?
I care.
Wow.
I like Legends.
Dallas and Brent were big Legends fans.
Okay, so we have 10 people who played online. Yeah. Can you give me a couple 100,000 more? Or I mean, I think it's cool, but I just don't think it's that. I mean, that's cool that they're doing it again. I guess it's successful enough, but I don't know anyone besides you guys who actually cares about this game mode. It's not a negative or positive. It's just a thing I've noticed. That, like, I don't know anyone who actually cares except for like a very few people online. But that's gaming, I guess, in general.
Next up, Black Myth Wukong developer Game Science is working on Black Myth. I'm going to say Zhongkui. Zhongkui is a character who's described as the ghost-catching god who wanders between hell and earth. Just the other day, I was thinking about Black Myth Wukong and be like, God, what a fucking good time I had with that game. I was in my brain, not wondering out loud into a Google search, but in my brain wondering, when's that DLC coming? Didn't they talk about a DLC? But then I heard about this thing coming and I said, boner! And yeah, I'm very excited for this. I don't know anything about it. This is the first time I'm seeing this trailer, but I did hear that it existed in the background while I did some work, and be Excite Bike 64.
PS6.
Who else put this in here? Oh, Cozy, you played it, right? You played Wukong, right?
Yeah, I played, well, because it was voted on as like my personal barf game for like the end of the year that it came out. And I played through a decent chunk of its first chapter, and then I kind of fell off. At some point, I will get back to it because I enjoyed what I played of it, but it's not high on the list of priorities right now.
How about that fucking tiger boss in Black Myth? Woo!
Them tigers. I'm curious if this just might be gaming in general. I hope the turnaround is quicker, because Chad, you can double check me. I believe that was Game Science's first game ever was Black Myth Wukong.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And obviously them, going straight into the sequel, that game famously was like showed off a very long time ago. and then came out and was gorgeous and pretty cool. So I hope the turnaround is quicker, but I feel like no game has a quick turnaround nowadays. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a sequel, and it takes just as long. But, you know.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready. Debut trailer for Fallout Season 2 was revealed. The much-anticipated new season arrives on December 17th, and we'll see Walton Goggins' Ghoul and Ella Purnell's Lucy finally getting to Vegas.
So I'm going to make a big statement, a big promise right here on the podcast, right here, right now. I am famously very poor at starting and finishing these video game TV series and movies. I've started quite a few, seen very few to completion. I will, this very week, finish watching the rest of season 1 of Fallout, because
it's like 8 episodes or something.
Not too long ago, canceled my Amazon Prime subscription, but just a few days ago, I re-upped it for a month so that I could watch 2025's War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube. And so I gotta get the most out of that monthly subscription cost, however much it costs me. So
now
I
you
will
also
do
have
this.
Twitch Prime, so you can use that sub towards us on Twitch.
That's true. I can do that. Maybe I'll do that right now.
Go for it. Yeah, no, I'm excited. First season was like surprisingly very good. I was like, how are they going to do this? And like, oh yeah, just don't do a story from a game. Just do your own thing and have fun in the world. And then they're going to New Vegas, which we'll get into during playtime. But I was like, oh yeah, let's do the hits. Let's do the cool shit that people like in Fallout world. And then, you know, I'll watch Walton Goggins. Every time that man comes up on a Walmart Plus commercial, I'm like, yeah, that's Walton. All right. He's making his money. I'm happy for that, man. So I'm happy to see him in more. Also, Deathclaws finally. Ooh. There's a Deathclaw at the end of the trailer.
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm. That big bad motherfucker. Those things are cool. So, very exciting. Very cool.
Dope. Well, that's kind of the wrap up on things that we found interesting at Gamescom. We're gonna move into playtime. We're talking about what we played this week. Playtime.
Real quick, before we jump out of Gamescom, want to highlight 2 tiny other little things that came out of
I guess
Gamescom
you just
weekend as well.
Ignored Adam's instructions a half hour ago. It says put anything you wanted to talk about in the doc.
I put them in my own personal notes, and unfortunately, I forgot his exact specific instructions. You'll have to forgive me, but I do want to say real quick, number 1, love Mega Victory Bell in Pokemon Legends ZA. He was unveiled the same weekend as Gamescom. I think that big old chunky boy just sloshing around with a whole lot of poison is just a lovely little dude. Love that guy very, very much. I'm giving... I thought that Joel might have been loading up the Legends ZA Mega Victory Bell trailer. He was not. It's okay. We don't need to see him. We don't need to see him that bad. Joel, we don't need to see him that bad. Now he looked up Vicky Bell's YouTube channel.
On YouTube.
People can't see this on
Vicky
Twitch.
Bell doing right now? Is she
Just
live?
looking up random YouTube accounts called Vicky Bell. Now he looked up Victory Bell, which, well, now he got it. All right, here we go. So yeah, see Victory Bell. He's just hanging out. He's just looking at a bunch of bugs. He's like, oh man, couldn't I be more powerful?
Put my wiener in it? Like it looks like a little grass condom.
I think it's awful.
Anyways, now he's hanging out.
The trailer's literally called Mega Victory Bell Raises a Stink. That's nasty. Y'all are fucking perverts.
What's interesting about Mega Victory Bell is in the official lore of the Pokemon games, the Mega Evolutions are typically like very painful and uncomfortable for the Pokemon that have been subjected to the evolutions.
Who? What lore is this? It hurts
legitimately
them?
I'm not even joking.
I believe you. Y'all are
the
sick
Pokédex
fucks.
entries are like, yeah, it really, like, they're really pained by these evolutions.
This is an awful children's program.
You look at that guy's face, and he is just like smiling as he's bouncing around. So I'm curious why this one Mega Evolution in particular seems to really benefit Mega Victory Bell. Anyways,
sadomasochism.
Last thing, I want to give a shout out to Death by Scrolling, which was a game that was shown off at Opening Night Live. It's by Ron Gilbert, who of course is known for his many adventure games from back in the day. This is very much not an adventure game. It is a roguelike scrolling game where you basically have to complete all sorts of objectives, fight enemies, make your way through miniature mazes as the screen constantly scrolls from up to down. And this looks like it's going to be hella addictive if it really comes together. I'm actually pretty excited for this one.
Oh, there's a guy
There's
named
me at
Chad
the
in
end.
it. Yeah, I
Whoa.
saw that.
But yeah, I was very, very pleasantly surprised by this announcement. This looks really fun.
Now we're going to playtime. We're talking about what we played this week. We'll use that Fallout New Vegas tease to jump into Adam. Tell us about what you played this week.
Yeah, so I watched that teaser for season 2. We already knew it was going to New Vegas. So you know what I haven't done is played New Vegas in a long time. But you know what I also haven't done is modded the fuck out of New Vegas on PC. Let me tell you, that game is a super cool game, cool story, doing interesting systems, but it is an old ass video game from was like 2010 or something.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's from the Brown era.
Yeah, it's definitely from the Brown era. So what you
The
do
Brown era.
is you load up your computer, load up a little site called Nexus Mods, and you do a bunch of bullshit, honestly. It doesn't take too long, but it's a little more complicated than I like it to be. And you turn on every graphical fucking content, fucking new ray trace the light. There's so much mods for this game because people were like, we just want to play this game in a way that feels good. So yeah, I modded the fuck out Fallout New Vegas, and it's like, oh yeah, this looks like a somewhat modern video game, but in a world and a story I actually like. So I had fun fiddling around with that. I only got like an hour in, but it was fun just making something old look much better than it ever did before. So again, only an hour in, but I was like, yeah, this is fun. I like modding things.
I love the video Joel just found. It's called Fallout New Vegas with 800 mods.
Yeah. You'll get a lot of mods that are like, there's 20 mods in this one mod. And it's like, all right, well, whatever you say. It's like, oh, the water can looks better. And I'm like, all right, I'll just download all of it. I don't give a shit. But it really just...
I will say...
Go ahead, Cozy.
So I just want to say, you say that this video is called Fallout New Vegas with 800 mods. Oh, okay. Okay. See, I was watching it and I was like, this does not look dramatically different from the game, but then they just did a side-by-side comparison thing.
See, run in your mouth. Little perverts running their mouths. No, I'm giving you a hard time. But no, it does definitely make me want just like a full-ass remaster. Like how they did Oblivion this year, because like the Oblivion remaster is like really, really cool and looks really nice. If you gave me a New Vegas remaster in the same way you gave me Oblivion, I would get that one in a heartbeat, because that would be very cool, much needed. But in the meantime,
remaster?
You can
that
bullshit
Bethesda, right?
It was that team who's got 800 people. No, it was Virtuous. Virtuous did the remaster. But yeah, no, that would be cool if that came out around the time of the show. I don't think it will, but that'd be dope. But yeah, so New Vegas mods are a good time. I also played, speaking of Mr. Monkey Man, I was like, man, I would like to play a Souls game a little bit, but I don't want to play Monkey Man because I'd have to pay for it. So what's a free Souls game? I played like 5 hours of Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Which was surprisingly...
Lies of P is free on PlayStation Plus this month, right?
I've already played Lies of P. I don't need to go back to old video games.
Not even the new DLC.
Well, the DLC is not free. And if it was free, that'd be different, but it's not. So there you go. Now, Wu Chang is again, it's a Souls-like game. It takes place in Chinese mythology. You're this lady who has feathers on her arm because she maybe is turning into a monster. Again, all of the story stuff, who cares? Because it's these weird Souls games, who gives a shit? But it is a ton of fun to play. You can have 2 weapons at all times. It's all about dodging. It feels really good and really slick. And that was fun to play. Again, it was on Game Pass for free. So that was, again, a good 5 hours into that one, because I just want to play a Souls game once in a while. So that's been fun. And then, yeah, that's really it. That's all worth talking about. Yep, that's it.
All right, let's go to Cozy. What have you been playing?
Oh, man. I have largely been playing 2 games. Game number 1 is Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Here's the thing. I know that normally we don't typically tip our hats as to how we felt about these games ahead of us talking about them on the reviews that we do of these games at the end of their respective months, which we will be doing next Monday. I will say right up front, I am not going to be the sudden, unexpected, out of left field, oh man, I hate this game person. So far, I'm really enjoying Clair Obscur Expedition 33, but I have a lot to say about this game. I don't think that this is going to be a straightforward, this game is clearly an excellent masterpiece of a game. I think that there's going to be a lot to discuss on this upcoming review, and that's all I will say for now. That's all I will
for the discussion
tease for what is to come. And then the other big game that I've been playing is a little game, never talked about it before, called Pokemon Go. However, this past weekend, I specifically played Pokemon Go Fest 2025's Max Finale event. Chad, did you play any of this event?
I did play some of this event, and I gotta tell you, I'm a little bummed.
Oh no! Did you get yourself an Eternatus?
I did, but the Eternatus was 2 stars, and I hate in this game when like the mythical Pokemon that you can only get one of and you can never trade them, so you'll never get another one of these things. Is like it's got shit stats. It's like, well, unless you all decide to make the one time that you ever have done a bottle cap, which was this summer, where you can increase the stats of Pokemon. It's like I'm forever just gonna have a shitty god dimensional Pokemon for the rest of my life.
Adam, what do you think a bottle cap does in Pokemon Go?
Something stupid that you could probably pay for to make it do something better.
I mean, pretty accurate. Pretty accurate. It's a premium item that you can get on the Battle Pass that will allow you to basically bump up a Pokemon stats to like 100% instead of it being whatever it is that it randomly gets when you first catch it. So
to be
real
clear,
quick,
though, to bump it up, you do have to actually do tasks. Like you have 1 year to, like, if you're going from stat 11 to 15 is the max, then you have 4 tasks you have to do, and those tasks might be complete 40 raids with this thing as your buddy, or get 20 candies while walking with it, or catch 1,400 Pokemon. It's like,
well, so I have to pay for it and then I have to grind as well.
Yeah.
What was the point of giving them money? That's the point, is I skipped the grinding.
You give them money to let you grind.
Oh man,
if you don't give you money, then you're out there with your dick in your hand, not being able to grind.
What a good model.
It's them trying to counter accusations of them making the game pay to win. Because the thing is it's very hard to get a Pokemon with perfect stats in Pokemon Go. And so this is their way of being like, we're giving you the option to pay to make your Pokemon have perfect stats, but we're going to make it as convoluted as possible so they can't accuse us of being pay to win. Anyways.
Hey, Niantic, it's been almost 10 years. It can be pay to win now. No one cares. It's been 10 years. You can make it pay to win.
But Niantic doesn't own...
I know they don't own it anymore.
Right? Didn't they sell it to some Saudi Arabian company?
They got sold.
Yeah. Real quick, just for those curious. So basically, in Pokemon Go, typically the way that you get legendary, super rare Pokemon in this game is by participating in raids. And at the Max Finale event this weekend, they basically had a special thing going on where you could participate in these Gigantamax raids to fight a Pokemon called Eternatus. But not just any Eternatus. You were fighting Eternamax Eternatus. Basically a giant, like, spindly looking claw thing. And basically, by completing a set amount of Eternamax, Eternatus raids, and a bunch of other raids, you could eventually climb your way up an in-game battle pass and eventually unlock a copy of this particular Eternatus. That was the only way that you could capture this particular Pokemon. Normally, in the past, again, you can just fight a raid, and then at the end, you're given an opportunity to catch the Pokemon that you just completed in said raid. This time around, you could only get an Eternatus by doing this convoluted process of completing a bunch of Eternamax, Eternatus. How many times can I say that over the course of the next few minutes? Let's find out. So the thing about Eternamax, Eternatus is that in these particular raids, like, they bumped it up so that you could have like 100 people like participating in the raids at once fighting Eternamax, Eternatus. Which made for like some pretty amazing showdowns. I was concerned that there weren't going to be too many people in Montreal fighting Eternamax, Eternatus, but we had like 30 or like 40 or so people huddled around the like Google store in downtown Montreal participating in the Eternamax, Eternatus raids. You also could fight a bunch of the other Gigantamax Pokemon like Gigantamax Charizard, Gigantamax Butterfree, Gigantamax, whatever his name is. There he is. There is Eternamax, Eternatus. Look at that guy. Look at that big guy. And so, we fought Eternamax, Eternatus a whole bunch of times. And I got myself a 3-star one, although it's not like perfect by any means. I also got a shiny Zacian as well. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's what I used my bottle cap on, was a shiny Zacian.
Yeah.
He's almost perfect stats now. I think I have 2 tasks left.
Eternamax.
Dope. I have one game to talk about. That's all I played this week. And it starts with hemorrhoids. I had a hemorrhoid the size of Rhode Island on my asshole this week.
Whoa.
We're normalizing having medical conditions that you should go get checked out. And the at-home remedy for hemorrhoids is a sitz bath. And I don't know if you've ever Googled what a sitz bath is, but it's a little thing that you put in your toilet, well, on top of your toilet seat, that holds hot water, and then you just sit your asshole in it for like 15 minutes at a time.
Joel, do not look this up.
It just loosens the muscles in your rectum to keep them from spazzing and expands the blood vessels to hopefully let the hemorrhoid shrink. And so yeah, I was just sitting on the toilet for 15 minutes at a time in a puddle of hot water for 3 or 4 times a day.
So I mean, it's basically a popper bath. That's what this is. It's like popper, but in bath form.
You can call it a popper bath if you want. And so yeah, I think I told you all for a while, Pokemon Emerald was my walk on use the elliptical and play at the same time kind of game. And now it's my heal my asshole and play at the same time. So yeah, I played Pokemon Emerald in 15-minute spurts over the last several days, healing a hemorrhoid on my asshole. And you ever want to go back?
You ever want to go back to the 11th century and find like a peasant working in the fields of Bohemia and say like, yo,
smells so bad.
In the 21st century, we're going to be playing Pokemon Emerald while taking a popper bath for your asshole.
And you don't realize in Pokemon just how little you can get done in 15 minutes. Like it literally takes you like 4 sitz baths to just like battle a gym. Because the animations and telling what you want to do to go fight like one of the trainers at the beginning of the gym, and then another one, and then like the one Pokemon that's good against the flying type that you have to go and then heal them at the Poke Center, and then boom, you're done. Your asshole's ready to get off the toilet, and then you got to wait until the next sitz bath to go and battle the next trainer. So yeah, you don't get a lot done in 15 minutes in a Pokemon game. But that's it. I have 6 badges now. 6 badges and a healed asshole. I no longer have a hemorrhoid on my asshole. At least not one that causes me physical discomfort that I notice. And that's it. That's playtime this week. Joel played some things too. Oh, we played Destiny together. We played, here's another fucking dumb thing. Me, Matt, and Joel last night, 2 nights ago, something like that. Last night, we were like, hey, anyone done the new exotic mission in Destiny yet? No, great. Let's all do it on Sunday night. And it's like a 15-step mission. Go here, find a secret thing, solve this puzzle to get to a location, blah, 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 blah. And then the last step is complete this event. I'm like, cool, all right. I think I saw a flag for that event over here. Cool. It's not here. Is this something we can like go to orbit and come back down and like it randomly generates? No, it's an event that happens for 30 minutes at a time. And then there's like a 2-hour countdown. Like right now, no one can do this event. 30-minute windows every 104 minutes. So the next window is in an hour and 19 minutes as you're listening to this live, which is so fucking dumb because we got online specifically to do this. And then the one that like one of these events literally finished like 10 minutes before we needed it. And then we were like, well, I guess we can't do anything for another fucking almost 2 hours. So we didn't beat the mission, but I guess we'll do that again sometime when our schedules line up with whatever impossible to randomize event happens. And that's it. Let's move on to our segment from Adam Gaming Fantasy. That's Halo.
Thank you very much. Welcome to segment from Adam this week. This week we're going to do something different. It's not our Fantasy Critic League. It is another kind of fantasy thing. All around America and a couple people over in the UK this week are preparing for fantasy football because everyone loves football. They're back. The boys are back in town to hit the other man and get paid millions of dollars. Congratulations.
Real quick. This is actually relevant and on topic.
Oh, I'm sure.
This past week, for the first time ever, I went to a real bona fide Canadian football game. I saw the Montreal Alouettes versus the Winnipeg Blue Bombers at the Percival Molson Memorial Stadium. just outside of McGill University in Montreal.
All of those words are so Canadian.
Dude, the minute he says Canadian football, I'm like, okay, so the fake football, the funny football is what we're going to see.
It's only a few
McGill.
slight differences in roles. It's mostly the same.
And like 1% of the talent as well. But yeah, there's that.
It was a pretty weak sauce game, but that's besides the point.
It's all good. I like Canadian football enough. But yeah, so fantasy football is happening. So people are doing fantasy drafts. And I said, why don't we have ourselves a fantasy draft? But not the kind you think. This week.
Oh, Madison.
Make yourselves both a list. You're going to draft 5 things. Okay. So
Are
go
these
ahead and
lists
put.
that the other one shouldn't see?
No, these are fine because we're going to go back and forth. We're going to go in order.
Okay. I'm just going to make it in the doc.
Yeah, so 5 for you, 5 for Cozy. What we're doing is we're drafting video game movies. Okay? But I have 2 lists here. One is the highest grossing video game movie list, and one is the highest rated video game movie list according to, a reputable review site. So what you can do is you can draft from the list, either one of the list, and then based on its place on the list, you'll get points. If it's number 1, you'll get 10 points. If it's number 10, you get 1 point. If it's outside of the top 11, you get no points. So you're drafting 5 video game movies from either the highest grossing list or the highest rated list. Mm-hmm. So that way, if someone's like, well, I know what number 1 on this list is, you gave yourself 10 points automatically, but the other person could get the number 1 highest rated, and then you both can have a chance at him. You see what I'm doing here? But you tell me beforehand, I want from this list, and here's the name of the video game movie. And then who wants to go first? It's a snake draft, just so you know, so it'll go back and forth.
I'll go first.
Okay, Chad, again, highest grossing or highest rated video game movie adaptations.
And this is individual movies, not franchises, right?
Individual movies. And when you tell me what list you want it from and the name of the movie, I'll tell you the place on the list, and then you'll get your points based off of that.
We are going... I'm sorry, I saw Sitspath in the Google search bar again. We're going highest grossing Super Mario Bros. Or the Mario Bros. The Mario movie.
You want highest grossing the animated Super Mario Brothers movie?
Correct, yeah.
Yes, as your first round draft pick, that is the number 1 highest grossing video game movie of all time. So write down Super Mario Brothers movie. Give yourself 10 points for that correct answer. Cozy, it is your pick. What do you want to take as your first pick? Again, highest grossing or highest rated?
I'm going to go with highest rated. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing is, I know for a long time that this movie was the highest rated video game movie, but I don't know whether or not it has been dethroned by another movie that came out recently, but I'm going to say it anyways. Maybe I'll get some points on the board. Werewolves Within, the 2021 horror comedy movie that I don't really feel should count as a video game movie because it's technically based on the non-video game of Werewolf that was then made into a Ubisoft VR game. But nevertheless, it does count.
Pretty sure Ubisoft is the producer of the movie, so it counts as a video game. But yes, Werewolves Within is the highest rated video game movie of all time. Yep.
Still is. Okay.
It still is. Give yourself 10 points and write down Werewolves Within. All right. Just so you know what list you can't take from. So again, just for what it's worth, like you could say, Chad, give me Super Mario Brothers movie on the highest rated list. You could still draft it as long as it's on the other list. So put down a little marker next to it saying if it was grossing or rated. Yeah, that works. Okay, Chad, Cozy, you get 2 in a row because it's a snake draft. So Cozy, what's your next pick?
Ooh, I am going to go with Sonic the Hedgehog, the second movie.
Ooh. At which list are we going from?
For highest rated.
You want Sonic 2 on the highest rated list. Sonic 2 is number 4 on the highest rated list. So give yourself 6 points for Sonic 2 on the highest rated list.
All right.
Chad, you are up next. You have 2 picks in a row. What do you want to take?
Gosh. I'm also going to go a Sonic movie, but on grossing. And I'm trying to figure out which one. Because 2 came out right before COVID, which I feel like had a big impact on it. But 3, I feel like 3 I enjoyed more, but I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna say Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the highest grossing list.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 on the highest grossing list is number 3. So give yourself 7 points for that. I'm going worldwide gross in case anyone cares, but yes.
Should it be 8 points?
Well, no, because it's number 3. So number 1, it would be 10.
1 gets 10, 2 gets 9.
Yeah, you're right. It's 8. You're right.
Okay.
Cozy, if I messed up on the last one, number 4 on the list should technically get 7 points, right? Yeah. Give yourself 7 points for the one you picked that was number. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Okay. Cool. Nope, Chad's again. It's a snake draft. Chad goes first.
That's right. Snake.
Snaky
snakes. I'm going to go highest grossing Sonic 1.
Sonic 1. Sorry, Chad, no points. Sonic the Hedgehog 1 is number 11 on the highest grossing list.
What? Oh.
For what it's worth, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 came out February 14th, 2020.
Yeah, it came
So
out.
I'm sure there was a lot of
remembered.
at-home revenue, but as far as theatrical gross, it was only...
I thought Sonic 2 was the pre-COVID one, but I guess that one was.
Nope,
Okay.
it's Sonic 1. So that's 2 for
F.
Chad. Cozy, you get two here.
I'm going to go highest grossing Five Nights at Freddy's, the live action movie.
Well, that's a good choice.
Five Nights at Freddy's on the highest grossing, you said?
Yes.
Number 14.
Oh, that's a bad
You get no
choice.
points for that. I do believe it was the highest grossing the year it came out in one of the better movies that Blumhouse had done, but it is only 14 on this overall list.
It was, by Blumhouse's standards, a huge success.
Oh,
but
yeah. I mean, it made $300 million. That's very good.
Not by
for
the
a horror
standards
movie.
of video game movies overall.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyways.
$300 million is still very good for probably a $10 million budget. But yeah, anyways, one more pick because it's a snake draft. I believe, hold on, give me 1 second. Cozy, write down your thing with 0. So we both have 3 games. You both have 2 games left to fill out your fantasy draft. So just heads up, we're getting down to the wire.
I am going to go also for highest grossing, a Minecraft movie starring Jack Black, Jason Momoa, a bunch of other folks.
Daniel Brooks is also in that movie. A Minecraft movie is the number 2 highest grossing video game movie of all time.
There we go.
Give yourself 9 points for that one. And I recently watched that movie about 2 weeks ago. I really fucking like that movie. That movie is 50% Napoleon Dynamite, 50% we're hanging out in Minecraft world. And the Napoleon Dynamite part is really fucking good. It's really funny. All right. I believe that was 2 for Cozy. So Chad, you have your last 2 picks. Again, highest grossing
list.
or highest rating. Yeah, either one.
Highest rated FNAF, Five Nights.
Five Nights at Freddy's on the highest rated list. Let me see. Oh, wow. The fact that I'm scrolling down this far is not good.
Oh, motherfucker.
Five Nights at Freddy's is number 23 of the highest rated video game movies. It is a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, even though I'm sure the audience score is much higher, but that is what the critic score is. So that is a big 0 for Chado. Chad, your last pick. You got to make it count, bud.
I'm going to take a shot in the dark when we were more forgiving because we didn't know what good was back then for licensed things. And I'm going to say highest rated Lara Croft Tomb Raider starring Angelina Jolie.
So you went to the Angelina Jolie one specifically? Mm-hmm. 1 or 2?
The first one.
The first Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie is... Oh, no, 2 was rated higher.
Damn it.
Number 34. It is a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, my God.
I am sorry to say, Chad, I believe based on the points, you're probably lost this already. But anyways, Cozy, give me one more guess from either list that you would like.
I've brought up this movie before and how it's bizarre that this movie is as highly rated as it is, but I'm going to go highest rated The Angry Birds movie 2. I know for a fact that movie weirdly has a rather high rating on Rotten Tomatoes, apropos of its other video game adaptations.
The Angry Birds movie 2 from 2019 is the 3rd highest rated movie adaptation on Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't understand it, but I'll take it.
So I believe that's 8 points because it's 8 points because it's number 3.
Yeah.
What are your guys' total at the end of the
18.
the whole 18
I had
for
a strong
Chad?
start, but whew.
Yeah.
I got 10, 9, 8, 7. So that's
10 factorial.
34.
Cozy with an impressive win. Congratulations. I will quickly go through the top 5 of these lists just for fun. As far as highest grossing, got Super Mario Brothers movie from Universal. And then Minecraft movie was 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was number 3. Warcraft is number 4. And I believe China has a lot to do with that movie doing super well. And Detective Pikachu is number 5. As far as highest rated, Werewolves Within is number 1. Sonic 3 is number 2. Angry Birds Movie 2 is number 3. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is number 4. And Detective Pikachu is number 5 when it comes to critic scores. So yeah, that is our list. It's interesting. I don't want to, just in case we maybe come back to this at some point, some of the ones a little bit lower on this list are interesting, like in how much money they made or how high they rated or didn't rate is very interesting to me. But I'll leave that alone for another time.
I am shocked that the Warcraft movie charted that high, because whenever anyone talks about that movie, they talk about, critical commercial disappointment, but that's not nothing, to be honest.
That movie made $440 million worldwide.
That is impressive.
I believe $300 million of that was in China, because I believe there was a big Chinese push with that movie for some reason. I might be crazy, but I believe it did really, really, really well. Oh, yeah, so...
That was during the time when we were trying to film everything in China.
When they were just trying to do everything. Okay, let's see. Grossed $47 million in the United States and $391 million in other countries. So, internationally, people everywhere else love Warcraft. I don't know. They hate it here. I'm glad to see Monster Hunter 2020 is not high on any of these lists. I will just point that out. That's my segment.
Do we want to continue to have lied to people, or do we want to check in on Fantasy Critic as well?
I mean, is there anything interesting on We can look if you want to look at it.
I don't know. I feel like all my games came out this month, didn't they?
Yeah, let me double check
Although
this
I don't know
link.
if they did as well as I wanted
Checking in on the Fantasy
We'll just look at Fantasy Critic and see if anything's good. Oh, actually, interesting enough. I mean,
Critic.
we're here. All of Cozy's games are rated.
Oh,
are they all
we
rated?
know Cozy's final score.
Yeah, Cozy's final score is...
How is that possible?
I'm looking on here. Oh, no, this is for last year.
I was going to say.
For last year. Give me a second. I got to log in and shit. Okay, I will look at it for this year. Boop-a-doo. Delete that thing in there because that's from last year. All right, looking at this year's, Cozy Bear has 98 total points. I guess Bonanza would have been the last thing that had a 23 that came out for him. Looks like
the two new things that I added to my list is I added the Outer Worlds 2, because that will likely do quite well for itself, and I added Luminous Arise. That one's very much me just padding out the list. I don't know that it will be an especially highly rated game, but I would expect that it's probably gonna score well enough to be worth putting on there.
Yep, and I think as for pickups, I guess Chad picked up Borderlands 4 and Kasumi.
Yep.
Chad's got 37.
I dropped something that got delayed.
Oh, Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater is out. It's not points in here yet.
Yeah, but right now the critic score is at an 87.
87?
So that's a good one for me.
And then you have Silk Song coming out next week. Chad's about to get some crazy big points here. So
yeah,
at the moment,
had a really good choice on my counter pick. Wheel World only lost me 3 points.
Only lost you 3, which is about as good as you can hope for, unless it just doesn't come out at all. So at the moment, it's Cozy in lead with 98. I'm in second with 92. Joel's in third with 42, and Chad's in fourth with 37. But again, Chad has 2 games that are about to score big, so he's probably going to jump up quite a bit.
And I got 2 spots left to fill. What happens if you... I see warning next to you and Joel on your counter picks. What happens if you don't counter pick anything?
You just get like negative 15 points. Yeah. If you don't do it by November 1st. So I'll have to pick one eventually. I don't really know what to pick, though. That's the problem.
So this is where we play a little game of bok 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 chicken for the two of you to... every time I introduce a new segment, I try to add a little bit of flair to it. And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it comes out great. Sometimes it doesn't come out great. Do you guys want to counterpick Metroid Prime 4 Beyond?
No.
Because it seems like this game may not be coming out this year.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm only...
Okay. You know what else you might want to... You all want to counterpick Hollow Knight Silksong?
No. That's silly. I'm only going to counterpick things that I am really confident don't come out, but if they did, they would screw me. Like, I won't do that. Just like with GTA 6. I was like, there's a good chance it doesn't come out. I'm not taking the chance of getting a 90 against me, so fuck it. I'm not doing that. That's stupid. So, I don't know. We'll see. Whenever someone picks up something else, I'll try to counterpick it. I don't know. Anyways, that's it.
That's a segment from Adam, and that brings us to Game On Game Show, the Game On Game Show. We play a game called Game On, the Game Show on our Game Show. Game.
I am returning this episode with yet another console on a roll. This time, though, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter console on a roll than normal, because this time around, we are going to be going over the best-selling games on the next major video game console to release after the PlayStation 1, which, of course, was the Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy first released on July 21st, 1995 in Japan, and on August 14th, 1995 in North America. Pretty notable that there was basically less than a month wait for it to come over to North America. Normally you would have to wait, potentially upwards of a year to get a platform after it first released in Japan. They had just a really smooth, just really strong production pipeline to get it over here to the United States and Canada. Really impressive stuff, what they managed to accomplish with this here Virtual Boy. So here's the deal. There are only 5 games in this top 5 list. I would suspect that neither of you are going to be familiar with any of these top 5 games, so I have very much formatted the clues around feeding you
Are we only doing top
what
5,
the
not top 10? Is it just
they
they're literally
only had data for the top 5 games on the Virtual Boy.
That's funny as shit.
So we're only going to be doing the top 5, and I have formatted the clues around very much feeding you what the names of these particular things could be. So pay close attention, and maybe you'll net yourself some points. Are we ready?
Ready.
All right, here we go. Number 5. The 5th best-selling game on the Virtual Boy in North America, per the NPD Group /Circana, has a name that consists of 3 words, and I'll be very impressed if either of you can guess all 3. Number 2. Clue number 2. The first word is a recurring character from the Nintendo Power comics. His name is very similar to a place where you can find birds.
Nintendo Power Comics. Wow.
Clue number 3. The third word is a sport that involves strikes and lanes. And clue number 4. The second word is funky. So go ahead and
Mario Funky Bowling.
That is incorrect. I will reread the clues once again. Its name consists of 3 words. The first word is a recurring character from the Nintendo Power comics, whose name is very similar to a place where you can find birds. The second word is funky. The third word is a sport that involves strikes and lanes.
Braviary Funky Bowling.
That's definitely closer, but incorrect.
Damn it.
I'm going to have to pass. I literally don't have a single clue in my head. I do not know what you're talking about.
The
We
answer...
know the second and third word are Funky Bowling. Hold
on. I'm going to start showing gameplay and see if this helps.
Oh, yeah, definitely will.
Oh, don't give him points then.
Oh, my God, this is awful.
Fuck is this?
What is this? Nightmare fuel.
So, in Nintendo Power, there was a ongoing comic strip called Howard and Nestor. It was about these 2 kids that would play various games available on Nintendo consoles and comment on them and occasionally fight characters from them. I've never read a Howard and Nestor comic in my life, so that's just me assuming what they're about. And this game was called Nestor's Funky Bowling.
Got it. Birds. Okay.
Nestor's Funky Bowling. There you
Nestor
go.
is such a common name. I definitely would have gotten that at any point.
Number 4.
I hate the way that those games look. Holy shit. That is bad.
The 4th best-selling game on the Virtual Boy in North America, per the NPD Group /Circana, takes place in the 22nd century. Clue number 2. In the 22nd
Sherlock
century...
Holmes in the 22nd century.
It is not Sherlock Holmes at this point.
That is a TV show I grew up watching as a kid, by the way.
Oh, man. In the 22nd century that this game takes place in, humans have invented advanced robots called telerobotics. Clue number 3. It's a boxing game. And clue number 4, this game's name is a combination of 2 keywords from the previous 2 clues.
Telerobotics boxing.
Unfortunately, I am not going to accept that. That is close but incorrect. It's close though. Chad, can you figure out what it is based on me
Can you read
indicating
me the clues
that
again? Now that I have
will read
2
you
guesses that are that I don't have to
one
stress
guess
about.
very close, one guess not so close. Sherlock Holmes. Per the NPD group, this is a game that takes place in the 22nd century. In the 22nd century that the game takes place in, humans have invented advanced robots called telerobotics. Clue number 3, it's a boxing game. Clue number 4, this game's name is a combination of 2 keywords from the previous 2 clues.
Teleroboxing.
It is Telerobox.
Oh.
It is not. No, it's not.
Teleroboxers.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to accept that either. It is Teleroboxer singular.
Oh my god. Suck a butt.
Now, you know what?
Teleroboxer.
Actually, you know what? On the off chance that neither of you will get any of the remaining ones right, I will give you half a point for that one because you were a letter off.
What do you think the chances are that we won't get any of them? Pretty good.
Very, very, very possible. So I'll just quickly
I think
write
I know
in.
at least one game.
I'll write in that Chad has 0.5.
Really
points.
quickly, I gave it to Joel in the chat, or our private chat. I looked up Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. It is a 2-season kids crime adventure show that had 26 episodes, featuring the voice talents of a young Christopher Judge.
Oh,
He was on that show, apparently, at some point. I remember watching this, like, before you got on the school bus, and there were cartoons on at like 6:30 a.m.
Yeah,
this was one of
that's
those
where I
bad
watched most of
boys.
my Sonic.
Yep, this was absolutely one of those things, and I remember watching this stupid shit. Anyway.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to number 3. The third best-selling game on the Virtual Boy in North America, per the NPD group / Circana, takes place in space. Clue number 2. It's a riff on a popular type of arcade game. Clue number 3. It features multiple different types of tables. And clue number 4.
Space Pinball.
It is not Space Pinball.
Ooh.
The first word in its name is an upcoming Naughty Dog game, but without the inter.
Galactic Pinball.
Galactic Pinball.
It is Galactic Pinball. Adam, you can give yourself
Adam,
1 point for that one.
Tie it up, baby. I also love how none of these games are a license, or they're just like, what random drivel can we make up in the back of the warehouse to put on this thing?
So
Nestor is a very important IP to Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. Super important.
if I recall correctly, Galactic Pinball was a first-party Nintendo game, and it does feature some like Metroid-related cameos here and there, like Samus's gunship shows up occasionally. Anyways, number 2.
It's not even a ball, it's a puck.
That's true.
It's an air hockey
Pin
table.
puck.
It's the most aerodynamic shape for a spaceship in space. Fun fact. Number 2. The second best-selling game on the Virtual Boy in North America, per the NPD group / Circana, is one of the only third-party games for the Virtual Boy. Clue number 2. It's a shoot-'em-up game heavily inspired by Star Fox. Clue number 3. The second word in this game's title is something that helps you get up in the morning. And clue number 4, the first word in this game's title is what one might use to describe the Virtual Boy's graphics.
Red Alarm.
It is Red Alarm. Congratulations.
Oh, this is so bad.
This game looks disgusting.
Oh, this is nasty.
Red Alarm. They
I was
tried.
going to say Red Java, because I was like, all right, coffee.
Java
but
Clan
no one's going
.org.
to name their game Coffee. Java, javaclan.org, Red Java Clan.
They really tried.
Did they?
They really. I think so.
I don't know.
And with that, currently Adam's in the lead with 2 points. Chad has 0.5 points. So Chad, you could take this one, but you're going to have to answer before all the clues are up if you want to get enough points. Number 1.
You got it, Chad. It's easy.
The number 1 best-selling game on the Virtual Boy in North America, per the NPD Group / Circana, is both named after and stars.
Oh, God, is that?
Oh, snap. I had legitimately forgotten myself about that. Good job on that
clues,
one,
baby.
It's a game that both is named after and stars a well-known Nintendo character.
Keep on going.
Kirby.
You're right.
Clue number 2, it takes place deep underground in a treasure-filled cave.
Interesting.
Clue number 3, it's a 2D platforming game, albeit with moments in which the game's protagonist can jump between the background and foreground.
Okay.
And clue number 4, the last word in this game's title is land.
Kirby Land.
It is not Kirby Land. It is Wario Land. Full name, Virtual Boy Wario Land.
Yeah.
The few people that have played this game contend that it is a legitimately solid platforming game, because all it is it's just Wario Land, but on the Virtual Boy with some foreground and background, graphical effects that are pretty neat.
When I played, first of all, when I played the demo at Best Buy, I believe it was, this was the game that I played. And then when it came, like that emulator came to the Virtual Boy, allegedly, this is like the game that I played another 10 minutes of. It's like, yeah, this is actually like good as a 2D platformer. I'm also flabbergasted that Mario Tennis didn't make the top 5.
So about that, normally this is the part on Console Honor Roll where I list off all of the other highlights from, the game's best-selling list. However, in the case of the Virtual Boy, there are no other highlights. But I do have in front of me the Wikipedia list of every single game released on the Virtual Boy, of which there are 22. And I just want to go over these real quick, just for fun. You got 3D Tetris, Galactic Pinball, which we talked about a little bit earlier. You got the hockey pucks that you shoot in space. You got golf, just plain old golf. You got Innsmouth no Yakata, which I'm pretty sure is a Japan-only game. You got Jack Bros, which was the first game in the Shin Megami Tensei game to release in North America. That you played as Jack Frost, who's like a common spirit / summon from that series. You got Mario Clash, Mario Tennis, which we were showing on screen for a bit, Nestor's Funky Bowling, Panic Bomber, Red Alarm, SD Gundam Dimension War, another Japan game, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Space Squash, Tellero Boxer, V Tetris, Vertical Force, Virtual Bowling, Virtual Boy Wario Land, Virtual Fishing, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, and the last game on the list, the perfect final game for the Virtual Boy, the video game adaptation of the hit 1995 movie Waterworld, starring Kevin Costner.
Virtual Boy game. Let's go.
I'm going to go allegedly boot that up on my Vision Pro today.
And that is Console Honor Roll for the Virtual Boy.
What is I'm trying to go, 3D Tetris. What were the 2 Tetris games? Oh, there we go. I see one.
There was
V Tetris and
3D Tetris. One of them was developed by Locomotive, a studio called Locomotive. The other one was developed by T&E Soft.
Oh my god, the start screen for V Tetris has some fucking creepy clown on it. Why?
Oh, no.
Oh my god, the whole game has this creepy clown all over it. Why? Dumb.
That is weird.
Dumb. That's it. Thank you so much for Console Honor Roll. Thank you, Cozy, for Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
That's it for Game on Game Show. That's it for episode 405 of Respawn Aim Fire. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Here's your homework for next time. We are recording again on Labor Day, Monday, September 1st in the United States, and it is regular Monday in Canada on September 1st. So that's when we are recording. Next week, we are, as a way to ease some of the stress on us every month, we are continuing to do our usual thing where The first episode of the month-ish will be a Barf and Rafter Dark only day, so we won't have a regular episode next week, but we will have both of those available for you. Speaking of Barf, backlog accomplishment with Respawn and Friends, you have 2 pieces of homework there. First, if you played Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and you have thoughts about it, send those in before next Monday so we can get that on the show. Second one, there is a poll up right now. Go vote for what cozy PSL season game you want to play for September. Power Wash Simulator, Flower, Pokemon Snap N64 version, or Sky Children of Light. And the other piece of homework is go and listen to, if you're a patron, go and listen to Rafter Dark. You have 1 more week of exclusivity for Rafter Dark 6, where we actually get the follow-up conversation about Cozy's IKEA date. And then, for patrons, you get Rafter Dark 7. No, I think I got those numbers wrong. But you get the next one when we record it next week, where, who knows? I think Joel said he had some IKEA stories to tell. So one day, we'll maybe either rebrand the podcast to the IKEA podcast, or we'll talk about something else one day. But for now, we're getting treasure. So might as well keep talking about it. That is all of your homework, everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, here's our usual sign off. Here's what I imagine that little clown from V-Tetris sounds like. Because they didn't have sound in those games, I assume.
Eternamax, Eternatus.